in the Lone Star Land, with boots on my feet and dreams in my hand. A little sassy but a whole lot of grace. You'll see that fire when you look at my face. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. From the bluebonnet fields to the city streets, every step I take feels like home to me. With a little sass and a lot of pride, this Texas girl's got nothing to hide. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright.
Gummy shoe prints, laid them down the street. Chocolate wrappers hiding secrets sweet. They don't miss a beat, they've got a knack. With licorice ropes pulling answers back. Twist the wrapper to reveal the truth. A sticky web spun by a candy slough. No sour lies can escape the grip. These lollipops all
Sebastian, sweet boy, where have you gone? The sun sets low, but we keep marching on. The wind whispers your name soft through the pines, a melody aching in these hearts of mine. Roads are endless, the nights are cold, but your story's a light we'll never let go. Where are you, sweet boy Sebastian? We're searching the hills, the rivers, the plains. You deserve better, oh you deserve better. And your army is fighting through heartache and pain. Your laughter once rang like bells through the air. Now silence just lingers, it's more than we can bear. We carry your memory, a flag in our hands. Through shadows and valleys, through shifting sands. The roads are endless, the nights are cold, but your story's a light we'll never let go. Where are you, sweet boy Sebastian? We're searching the hills, the rivers, the plains. You deserve better, Oh, you deserve better, and your army is fighting through heartache and pain. Your laughter once rang through heartache and pain.
Well, hello, my friends. How are y'all doing? Thank you all for being here today. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope y'all have had a super good weekend. Most all of you staying warm, I hope. And good golly, I hope everybody feels better. It seems like everybody's starting to get sick, but I do hope all of you are well. Hello, Daniel. Hey, Daisy. Keely. Keely says, me and mom are not feeling any better, so keep me and mom in your prayers. You and our beautiful Kelly East will be in your prayers. I promise you, girl. Hope y'all start feeling better. And Daisy, I hope your little one, I hope she gets better too. Hello, Miss Rhonda. Let's see here. Texas Plain Jane, hello to you. Kylie's Nail Candy, hello there. Let me get through. Let me scroll through here. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Did I? It skipped really fast. Let me double check. Michelle, hello, hello. Mama, I missed you. I skipped over you. I'm so sorry. All right. Now let's see. Sarah, how are you? Good to see you. Mama of 70, hello. Or Mama 70, hello to you. Not of 70. Lord help it. Hey, Blue Eyes. So good to know that you're feeling better. Let's see here. Tap dancer Lizzie. Always good to have you. Deanna, hello to you. Retha Bell. Thank you for your card, Retha. You are so sweet. And Merry Christmas to you and your daughter. Hello, Teresa. Peggy. Hello, hello. I'm out. How are you? TJ. See, did I say? Let me see here. Lisa King. Hello, hello. It keeps wanting to jump on me. Sorry, guys. Thomas, how are you doing? Good to have you with us today. Got a secret? How are you doing, Kelly? Hello to you. Cinderella, always good to have you with us. Miss Peggy. Let's see who else we got with us. Jacqueline, hello there. Mama, how are you? SI officer, hello, hello. So good to see you. And I got a picture I need to send you. Somebody that I think might match what you sent me. We'll see. But I'll send it to you as soon as I'm through with this. Hey, Rose, good to see you. So glad you can make it. We got a good house today with all our friends gathering around. Welcome, welcome, everybody. And those in the bushes, hello to y'all. Hope y'all have had a super good weekend. Guys, it is like almost Christmas time. We're talking 11 days till Christmas. My goodness. Can't believe it. It's almost Christmas. It's cold there, Retha. I tell you what, it got cold here today. Ooh, it got cold this morning. In the morning's even supposed to be worse. Man, y'all, we're in the South. We're not supposed to have cold, cold weather. Hey, cool gamer and on a mouse. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Well. Everybody stay warm. Who was it last night? Sammy G came in and said it was like negative 25 where she was. She was super cold. I was cold at 46 today. Oh, I know it is. I know I'm out. I tell you, it is a hard time. I was at church this morning and everybody's so jovial and merry and everything. And my pastor walked up to me. He said, "How are you?" I said, "I'm okay." He said, "No, you're not. I could tell in the look of your face." I was like, "I'm trying to be happy." He started laughing. He said, "But you're going to be okay." TJ said it's 28 right now where I'm at, or where I'm at, and going to be 19, but I'm still in t-shirt and shorts. Lord help it. Ooh, my stepdaddy, he wore short sleeves. If he put on a jacket, a lightweight jacket, you knew it was freezing outside because he never wore jackets ever until it got like super duper duper cold. Hey, Pat. Good to see you. I hope you got everything fixed on your end, Pat. I hope so. It's too cold and too snowy, Ann on the mouse says. I think it was Daniel asked me last night while we were over on What the Fuss, it, about when do or had we started getting snow yet? It's like, Daniel, darling, we don't get snow. Very seldom do we get snow. Every so often, every so many years, we might get some snow. Sarah, I am so sorry. Yes, y'all keep Sarah in your prayers if you would, because her mother has passed away. Oh goodness. Big hugs to you. I know the holidays is such a hard time when you lose a family member, and I totally understand, especially Christmas time. It's a hard one for me and has been for so many years because my mother turned 49 in November, and she passed away Christmas Day. And I had young babies. All my kiddos were very young. My oldest one was only 4. And so if it wasn't for them, I probably would have never ever celebrated Christmas ever again. But we do, and we keep going on. Oh, Daniel, thank you so much for that. Thank you, Daniel. Looky here. Let's play you a little. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, Teresa, it's been 2 years Tuesday since I lost my mom. Oh, goodness. It is a hard time, I tell you. It's hard enough. Thank you, Daniel. It's hard enough just getting through the holidays, and, so many of us are strapped for money and everything. Oh, but then you add in the grief of losing someone so close to you. Cheryl said, I lost my mom on Mother's Day. Oh, goodness. See, I told everybody it was too much for me because I lost my mom on Christmas Day. Well, it was years later. Um, Probably 10 years later, 15 years later, something like that. My dad passed away on Valentine's Day. And so it's like, y'all, the holidays just stop. We got to stop. Stop with this. But yeah, the holidays can be rough for a lot of people. Always keep that in mind when you're out and about. If you see somebody that just looks cranky, There's probably a reason for that. But just remember, your smile can make a difference in their day. And that's our goal, is to be good humans and good people and just spread a smile. Sometimes people just need that. I've been having a rough couple of days here lately and just struggling in life in general and the holidays and my situation where I'm at in life and all those things. And today I sat in church and as the choir was doing their Christmas cantata, which is basically a performance they do every year. And I had my grandbabies all around me and they would draw a little silly picture and show it to me. They'd reach over and hug me, or my little grandson, he'd come over there and laid his head on my shoulder for a while. And I was just like, man, this is what I'm still here on this earth for these sweet, sweet babies. It just makes all the difference in the world. DJ, look at you being a member for a month. Oh, you are so sweet. Thank you for being a part of our family for a month. My goodness. Guys, just a heads up this week. I'm trying to figure it out because I got so many different little things happening between Christmas band concerts, Christmas performances for their little programs at school, and then the uh, living nativity thing that my grandkids will be participating in, all the things. But I'm going to try to work it out so that we can do a members live this week, and we're going to do some true crime trivia. And then next week, I know it's going to be another busy week for a lot of people, but we're going to try to squeeze in just a fun night, have a little Christmas party, probably on the 22nd. And everybody participates in that. And we're going to do some Christmas trivia game type thing. And just listen to have some Christmas music playing in the background and just have a good time together because we're a family and I want to do something a little fun with everybody. So, um, anyways, so y'all be on the lookout for all the things coming this week and the first of next week. And Christmas Day, it's going to be very low key, very quiet. We're not going to do much. So I'll be here to spend Christmas Day with y'all that afternoon. If that is something you all want to do, I'm all in. This is our odd year where my son and his wife and the girls go off to her family. My daughter, her in-laws live in town, so they don't go nowhere. But we always just have a lazy day. After Santa, they go over this year to eat with his family for lunch. And then we just all kind of chill for the rest of the day. So, anyways, anyways. Well, guys, today let's do some talking. Yeah, everybody's gonna have to bring your own hot chocolate, your own s'mores. Everybody get comfy in your PJs that day for our pajama Christmas party. Woo woo! Bring your own whatever. BYOW. Bring your own whatever you want. Anyways. Okay. Today, our title is He Became a Ninja. We all remember back when we were listening on Smiley's story, where Chris and Katie were up on panel with her and everything. And then he said, the fact is, we know for a fact that he walked out the front door and the front porch and all the things. And he always wanted to become a ninja, and poof, he was gone. I wanted to talk about that today because it's the most asinine statement I've ever heard in my life. Oh, thank you, Diana. I had a really good day. Good morning this morning. My grandkids, man, they just know when Lolly needs that little extra love. They really do. Just lighten my whole world up. But for him to make that statement was his way of telling everybody, Sebastian went out that front door, but y'all aren't going to never, ever see it. You're never going to know he did it. There's no proof he did it. There's nothing. That's basically what he said to us, because if we're actually to believe what he said, then we would have to believe that Sebastian turned into a ninja. Oh, yeah. Texas Plain Jane. That's cool. Looky here. Everyone should email a Christmas story so I could read it to y'all on Christmas Day. Have fun. Oh, and for our Christmas party, one thing. I'm so glad you said that, Texas Plain Jane. If anybody would like to email me a picture of their Christmas trees, all decorated, lit up, all the things, I would love to make a let's see. Like a little video for us to play on our Christmas party night. And we'll do a little video with everybody's trees all decorated. You didn't put one up this year? Oh, you're good. You're good. But if y'all have something that, even if it's like just an ornament of any sorts that is your favorite or whatever, if you want to send in something that means something to you, Christmas related wise, send me pictures. Let's make us a whole little video of all of our family and share our family together. TJ got a kitten problem with her Christmas tree. Goodness. Hey, Hope Floats, how you doing, darling? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. So anyways, but yeah, send those in to me if you want to. Let me put that banner, and then it's got my email on it. So there we go. We'll put that across the bottom. There's my email if y'all want to, and I'll put together a little slideshow for us for our Christmas party. If you have an animal that has a little costume or anything, send a picture. And if you're okay with it, in the email, tell me yes or no if I can put your name on the picture, add your name to it, your YouTube name, of course. Anyways, oh, Michelle, I have no idea. Why haven't they gotten in trouble for, yeah, I'm telling you, it's crazy, isn't it? But, wait, what? Hope Floats? Today's your birthday? Oh my goodness. Hold up. Hold up. Y'all, we have a birthday friend in the house. Happy birthday, Hope Floats. This is for you.
Woke up today with a smile in my heart. It's your special day, a brand new start. The candles are lit, the cake's in sight. Let's make this moment shine so bright. Happy birthday, my dear friend. May your joy today never end. Hope your dreams take flight, soar far. have a day as sweet as you are. The laughter echoes, the music plays, memories we'll keep for all our days. Raise a glass to the year ahead, for all the words we've yet to have said. Happy birthday, my dear friend.
Happy birthday, Hope Floats. I hope your day is super, super great and just as amazing as you are. Yay. Thanks for being here and sharing your birthday with us. Awesome, awesome. Hey, Holly. Hey, Narita. YouTuber. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all all so much. Alrighty, guys. So he became a ninja. If we're to believe that, then we got to break it down and actually realize, what are we believing here? We're believing a story that Mr. Chris has told us that basically says to everybody that heard it, that little boy, that young man walked out that front door, but you're not going to see him because he's a ninja. He's a ninja. He disappeared. Just stepped off the front porch and poof, gone. That was his way of telling everybody, good luck trying to find anything because it's not there. That's what I think. And, I got to thinking about that because I heard a little clip with that in it. And I got to thinking about it and I'm like, whoa. Yeah. Now let's seriously, let's think about this. And so I looked it up. Teenage disappearances are common, with hundreds of thousands reported yearly in the US, mostly runaways, about 90% or more, often due to online enticement, mental health, or family issues. But it has high resolution rates, and about 90% recovered, but no trace case. It becomes critically missing and are focused on organizations like there are a focus of organizations like NCMEC through specific stats, and only no trace are hard to isolate from the general missing youth. So I wanted to go a little deeper. And so the overall statistics, high volume, in 2024, over 349,000 youth were missing persons report were in the FBI's NCIC database, with over 93,000 remaining active at year end. Runaways dominate. The vast majority, around 90 to 91% of the missing children reported to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, the NCMEC, are runaways, many aged 15 to 17. No trace cases and vulnerabilities. Listen close here, okay? Runaway teens are vulnerable to trafficking, violence, and homelessness, even if initially seen as less severe than abductions. Online Online enticements. Sorry, I had to pull it up on my end so I could read it better. A significant portion involves online predators, with teens often groomed on Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok. Okay. Well, we pretty much know that X is Sebastian's off because he had no social life. Mr. Chris made sure of that. And his mother, Katie, she allowed that not to happen. So online enticement, I'm going to say there's a 99% chance that can be taken off, right? Critically missing. Critically missing. Some teens become critically missing, remaining missing for years, highlighting the no trace aspect. Now, pay close attention here in summary. While teens go missing, mostly running away, a smaller but significant number becomes no trace cases. They're often linked to online dangers. We can X that off, right? We've already figured that one out. Or complex family situations. Ding, ding, ding. I think we have a winner. It's a focus for missing persons organizations. That's huge to me. Huge, huge. We started out at the beginning where it's going to sit here and it's going to tell us that most runaways are due to online enticement. No, mental health. He had some issues with his autism, or family issues. We know there were family issues, folks. 2 out of those 3 are pretty much a given here when you take off online enticement, because they kept that boy so locked down, it's crazy. And when you look at the statistics and yet go back and think of the words that Mr. Chris says, the words that his mother said, I don't know why he walked out that front door. Mr. Chris tells us, well, it's a fact. The only fact we know is he walked out that door, stepped off that front porch, and poof, went missing in the middle of the night. Really? We know that for a fact? Exactly, Michelle. And that's what I was just, well, if I can get back up here, I'm just fixing to say that. Really? How are we supposed to believe what Mr. Chris when Sebastian was a child that had routines that he had to stick to that made him comfortable and feel safe and secure? He had to have his things, prepare himself in certain ways. Why would we believe that he just randomly walked out the door, stepped off the front porch, and went poof into the middle of the night? I mean, you have to stop. And at what point do we get to where we have to stop and say, look, wait a minute. This was a child of routine. This is a child who, when overstimulated, it can trigger him. And by triggering, he would definitely get irritated and agitated and those kind of things. But we're supposed to believe that he went outside of his very own normal just to walk out the door barefooted, even though he was allergic to grass, even though it was cold temperatures that night. Wasn't freezing, but it was pretty daggum cold. This is a child who didn't touch grass much. And I'm not saying that to be mean or ugly. I'm just saying he was an indoor kid. I have a granddaughter that is very much an indoor child. She would rather be in her room by herself doing her little thing, drawing, reading, those kind of things. Then I got the other ones that they could do whatever. They could go in their room, or they could go outside, or they could go play ball, or, all the things. But Sebastian wasn't that outside kid. But we're supposed to believe he became a ninja and poof, disappeared. The saddest part of all, when you get down to it, is his mother, the person that was locked inside that home where he supposedly went missing from. She went along with that storyline. She went along with the fact of, I don't know why he stepped off that porch or went out that door and stepped off that porch. I just don't know why. I mean, was he looking for shiny things, Katie? Is that kind of what you're trying to go for here? Because we don't buy that either. The whole he likes shiny things. Thank you, Holly, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. That was so sweet of you. Love you so big, girl. I do appreciate it. I do. I do. So all we have is his mother's words that she tells us, oh, he made it home. He even went out and took the trash out. And the FBI cleared that because of the way his mannerisms were when he was running. But how does the FBI know what he ran like, is my question. I mean, this is the same mother that agrees with her husband that all three parents have been vetted and cleared way early on. Here we are 2 years later, and none of them have been cleared. They are all three still a suspect. But how do we get from this is a young man with autism that has structures, that has ways of doing things a certain way, and he is not an outside child. We've pretty much learned that over these past 2 years almost. How are we supposed to get past all those things? To be able to think that he wanted to become a ninja and just stepped off that porch and went poof. How is it that we're not supposed to question either the mother or the stepfather? Why? Why can't we question them? Their statements, their words make no sense. You know what I'm saying? They make no sense whatsoever. They can't even tell the same story twice the same way. They change the whole context of the timeline every time they talk, not just add in a little extra here and there. They change the whole aspect. The whole entire night gets changed and flipped around. And that's been happening since the very day they spoke out. But we're supposed to believe them and we're not supposed to question them, because if you question them, that makes you a hateful person. Really? No, to me, a hateful person is when another person tells someone he doesn't even know, that puts out information about his missing stepson, but he feels the need to tell her, a YouTube content creator, that she can start a shotgun. Yeah. Not sure how that makes sense, but okay. We hear you loud and clear. We're supposed to believe you. And if we go against you, we're the bad people. But if we question you, we're even worse because we're not believing your story. But yet, if we believe you, then we would have to believe in what you said to her. No. We saw that same person dress up like Sebastian's father and make a whole joke and parody out of him. And we're supposed to believe that? We're supposed to believe that person? We're not supposed to question that person? That's right, Holly. These weirdos, they dish it out, but they cannot take it. Oh, it is just insane. They're going to put all these stories out there, but we're not supposed to question any of them. We're just supposed to go right along with it because, you know, they are the parents, right? Well, we saw Letitia Stout. We just listened to her yesterday. Her stepson was already in a suitcase while she's spouting off the words talking about people hating on her, people criticizing her, and how she is going to be ready for an apology when he comes back home. But she knew damn good and well he was already in a suitcase, no longer alive. I mean, it happens all the time. Does that mean that's what happened in this case with Sebastian? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying those words become hollow after a little while. They become very hollow. When you see a mother on TV crying because her babies were in the back seat of that car and that man took off in her car and she just bawling and squalling. Come to find out that mother left her two young sons strapped in their car seat while she let her car roll off into the water. All because of a man. Don't forget that part. All because of a man. You see, Susan Smith was dating a man that was married. And it was her children that he used the excuse not to be with her because of those children. He didn't want kids. He didn't want to complicate his life anymore. So she disposed of her children. Instead of giving them to their father, who would have raised them happily for the rest of their days. There are those parents that are so evil and hateful in this world that they would rather just do away with them instead of looking bad. Well, she looks kind of worse now because she's sitting her ass in jail for a very long time. Sorry, guys, I had to get a drink. About the same time Sebastian goes missing, so does Maddie Soto, a 16-year-old girl. It seemed as if her mother played it off like she knew nothing. She knew nothing. Nothing was going on. And yet, her boyfriend was the one she would send her daughter to go sleep in his bed when she had a headache and she needed to get some rest. The woman who put her teenage daughter, very young age daughter, all the way up to teenage age, of 16. Duh. There is no freaking evidence, you idiot. You people are ridiculous. They try, don't they? They try. I don't have the evidence. Hey, moron, why don't you go ask the FBI, the TBI, what evidence they have? Ding dongs. Anyways, Susan, I mean, Madeline Soto, her mother, Jennifer Soto, put her daughter in bed with her boyfriend. He takes her to school, but she don't make it to school. Well, he don't know what happened. Come to find out, there was rumors she was pregnant with his baby. He couldn't do that. He had to get rid of her. She was lying unalived in a field very close to where he said he was changing his tire. Hey, Keely, feeling okay? And so her mother's sitting there telling this sob story. I had no idea. I had no idea. What do you think's going to happen when you put your daughter in bed with your boyfriend? Folks, it's none of us need a degree in psychology and criminality. Nothing like that. No criminal law degree, no criminal justice, no anything. There's a thing called common sense, and there's things that tell you it doesn't matter what the parents are saying. It's the evidence that supports it. It's the evidence. And when you got a mother and a stepfather who can't even tell the same story twice, one wasn't even supposed to be there, but he's in charge of the whole dadgum timeline. Yeah. Common sense. It's pretty ironic that it seems to match up with what law enforcement's saying. Stop and think about it, folks. It was his mother who said he left the house and he didn't have shoes on. Why would he leave without shoes? If he's going to be walking through grass and in the roads and all the things in the middle of the night, you would think he would at least had shoes on. Most kids that run away will have shoes on. He walked out the front door. He passed by 3 sets of his shoes. You would think he would at least grab a pair. Unless something else was done and they forgot the shoes. But as mom says, he went out there No shoes. It was her story. It's what she's told every one of us that have listened to every interview she's done. He left and he didn't have his shoes on. What were the words Craddock said? I'm not saying he didn't have shoes on. I'm saying that's the story his mother told us. Doesn't sound to me like he believed it. When you have even Mr. Snuggle Struggle as the sheriff, when you have a sheriff that stands in front of a camera and someone says something about him not having shoes on, he says, I'm not saying he didn't have shoes on. I'm saying that's what his mother told us. I didn't say, oh, yeah, I've known her for years. I believe her. Whatever she says is pretty much good as gold. No, it's not what that said. That said to me, that was Katie's story. I ain't saying it's facts. Exactly. He could have had a pair she didn't know about. Yep. Or Katie could have had an extra pair too for him. Ever thought about it that way? When I heard those words from Craddock, that's when I realized law enforcement don't quite believe everything they're being told. I bet they do, Holly. I bet they do. And I have a feeling there's one or two that's pretty heavy duty on the feet side. Pretty heavy enough to cover. But I have a feeling there's a few others that, then why would she say all the shoes were accounted for if that was the case? Well, hell, if she was done something to him, she ain't gonna tell you she had another pair of shoes waiting for him. Duh. That's common sense right there. But a child who's allergic to grass that doesn't go out barefooted, who's in a swimming pool with shoes on, ain't going to be a child that just runs away barefooted, especially when he leaves and goes in front of that door and there's 3 pairs of shoes. Sorry, had to get another drink. But to me, that says a lot. Um, if he did move into their home with him, that's conflict. Oh, I don't think he lives in the home with them. No, no, no. I don't. I think Craddock bought his own house. Yeah. See, TJ, that's a whole nother thing that I was going to bring up here. I'm glad you said this. When you're in panic mode, you forget things, and they panicked and forgot to take his shoes. So let's think of that in a different way as well, because think of the moment that you as a parent wake up and your child's gone and you're freaking out. You're running around like a banshee. Oh my God, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? Where can he be? Where can he be? Where can he be? You know what I'm saying? Your mind's going in 500 million directions at one time. To get everything set perfectly, you're probably going to miss things. And as much as I've looked into interviews and everything, they take that first time that they sit and talk to you and get the facts and the details. They take that as a base. They take that and say, okay, here's our basic timeline. Give them a couple of days, let them settle, let them adjust. Okay, let me get my mind clear here. Okay, sit down, talk to them again. There's a little more clarity to the story. It's all the same story, but it all kind of starts making sense at that point. It doesn't seem to me, and this is my opinion, guys, but it does not seem to me that at any time did Katie nor Chris's story ever start helping that base storyline make any sense. Because they had that base storyline set. That's how it was. That's how it all went down. It was their little tiny parts of the story, like the timeline that she's fallen asleep, the timeline where she's doing her homework, the timeline where she is actually hearing a noise now, and the timeline, oh, wait, it was a bang. He didn't speak to her. He didn't speak to her. He spoke to her, says, yes, ma'am, good night. And then a little bit later, I'm fine. Go to bed, mom. Love you. Blah, blah. Involved into a whole tiny little conversation. So here we are developing from this kid we see a year later, finally, who Sebastian is sitting there at Texas Roadhouse. In real life, we saw him. We saw him moving and talking to his mom and his interaction, what little there was with his mom, but we got to see it. We saw his mannerisms. We saw a young man that looked way more mature and grown up than what Katie and Chris had been putting out there this whole entire time. But he didn't seem like he was a ninja. He wasn't trying to be sly and sneaky. He wasn't trying to slip away. He was just following his mom, doing everyday things, everyday routine things that he did every time they left the house, I bet you. Jacqueline, we all did. We all did, because they put out young pictures, very young pictures. We heard about how he's all up in um all up in their personal space, in their bubble, up in close in their face and all the things. He didn't look like he was that way. Probably when he was younger. Yeah, probably so. Okay, Brenda Sue, from what I understand, and I may be wrong, so don't take what I say as any proof. Okay. But and I'm just going to say what I've heard. Like I said, take it as no proof because I can't guarantee anything as fact. Clue's ex-husband is the brother to Melissa, Chris's sister's husband. Her brother-in-law, Melissa's brother-in-law, is Clue's ex. That's what I've been told, but I don't believe Melissa's with another creator's ex. Guys, it wouldn't surprise me at this point. Don't know. That's what I was told. And like I said, don't take none of that as facts. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so why don't you explain it to us if that's not correct? Tell us exactly how it is. What is the facts? I know, right, Michelle? Like I said, I don't know. That's what I was told. Whether it's true or not, I can't say. Not verifying nothing, but I'll tell you what I've heard. Oh, you're talking about okay, the white shirt picture is from BJ's on Saturday. Supposedly the one where he's got his shoes with the jacket on. That was supposed to be the one, and I don't think I have it on here. Let me double check. No, I don't. I had it on my other backstage stuff till I wiped, till I hit a button and lost all my stuff. Anyways, so like I said, Brenda Sue, take that with a grain of salt. I can't help a lot. Yeah, YouTubers. See, that's where I kind of think it might be possible because Melissa's husband's surname is the same and is very uncommon as Clue's ex. Allegedly. There we go. Diana, yes, Katie and Chris both were in the Navy. We know that. I know, right? That would be a good thought. They should get who trained her and get the whole crew to look for him. The receipt showed it. This is a thing with receipts on YouTube. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying when people want receipts and they want to put out receipts and all the things, I don't trust none of those receipts because we've already seen some receipts come out that have been completely debunked and trashed as being nothing but altered. And yeah, there's ways to go about doing that, sadly. So the receipts, I'm not people want receipts, but they don't believe the receipts, and half the time the receipts are fake anyway. So, well, see, that's the funny thing with a picture. You can put any receipt you want to laying on the table in there. Speaking of that, when the update came along, it was Brandon Carter that said, "Oh, Sebastian's phone and his wallet was laying on the table." Folks, what happened to it being on the countertop in the kitchen? Do y'all remember that? Katie told us, Chris told us, Seth told us it was on the countertop, in the counter, in the kitchen, laying on the counter in the kitchen where it was charging. But Brandon Carter said it was laying on the kitchen table. Huh. I know, right? I agree with you, Holly. There are some real sickos out there. Very sick and sad and twisted and all the things. I know. It sounds a little too obvious, doesn't it, Teresa? Why would she need to take a photo with a receipt if she didn't know she needed it for an alibi? Kind of like her trying to throw Seth under the bus and saying, "Well, how did he know he was going to need a GoFundMe page? How did he know my son would be gone so long?" Well, how did your husband know, like, day 8? This was going to be a case to be studied for years to come. Back at ya. Diana, yes. I wanted to play her video, but I don't know Seashore Annie enough to really ask and get in touch with her or whatever. And I don't want to get struck or anything. But I would love to play that because she did a really good job. I know. Day 1, he told Nina, we ain't going to court. It was all part of the plan. Right, wannabe Sleuthin'? It was all part of the plan. They planned this out. The whole timeline was set. Nothing could change it. Mr. Chris kept putting Katie back on course. You didn't go to sleep on the couch at 10 o'clock. It was midnight. Katie always stresses midnight. Midnight, midnight, midnight is the key. They had to be asleep by midnight. Why? Oh, yeah. I heard that. I know. I've never, there was the TikTok ladies that went to lunch with Katie one time. Let me put this up on the screen so everybody know what we're talking about here. The TikTokers that went to lunch with Katie in Tennessee. One of them was on their phone or had their phone recording the whole entire time and had it laying face down, just so nobody could see that it was recording, I guess. I don't know. But it's recording the whole conversation. Another person, two others were there at the table. They start talking after the lunch, after they're back home, all the things, and they decide, well, Katie said at this point something about his godmother, and I only met her after he was murdered. But the one recording said, you heard it, I didn't. Which always got to me because, well, if you didn't hear it, why don't you go back on your phone and listen to it? Boy, you sure do know a whole lot about Katie and Chris's life. You're so cute. You're so cute. There would be the 3 TikTokers and Katie. There was actually 4 total. That was their words. That's what they've said. It's out there. I'm not going to go into all the names. I'm not going to go into all the things, but that whole conversation made me realize that's just more bullshit being thrown out there. Just more BS slinging around because by golly, you're the person that's sitting there saying, you heard it, I didn't. But you're the mofo that's got the recording, so you're the one that can go back and say, look, I got the recording. It ain't there. Oh, but no, we can't do that. Can't do that. We can't mention that. No, 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 no. That would clarify things. Whether she did say that or she didn't say that. But let's create some drama. You see, that's how Katie and all her friends play. That's how they play. They play while Sebastian's out there missing somewhere. But guys, 100% my opinion, not a fact, not a speculation, not a possibility. I'm fixing to say 100% my opinion. Katie can play. She can grieve. She can drink. She can party. She can go travel the world because she knows exactly where her child is. She knows exactly whether he's coming back when he's 18 or not. You did hear it, Diana? See, I never heard it. I just heard that little clip thing of it. So, look, you got somebody nervous now. Where'd you hear that recording from? But it is my opinion that they can go to the biker rally and party and get drunk with Dutchie. They can travel all the way over to Oregon. They can go to the barbecue cook-offs all over the place they want to. Go to Florida, have lunch with their girlfriends while they're there. All the things that they have not stopped doing, in my opinion, is because Katie and Chris Proudfoot know exactly what happened that night and where Sebastian is, where he ended up, what actually happened, who was out in their backyard roaming around, who was over in the cemetery the night before and the night of roaming around. They know who was all around, I don't know, let's say the school, by the storage building, over at Worsham's. I mean, let's get technical. Mr. Chris even told us he knew the route to get out of there without getting on camera. They've told us their words. When you stop and you listen to the words that they, the parents, have actually said, they've told us. We know for a fact. We know for a fact. None of us can just become a ninja, step off of a front porch, and go poof off into the night air and no one see. We know that's a fact. Oh, hey, Miss Kathy. Thank you for being here. We know that. We can say without a shadow of a doubt in our minds, that's a fact. A person doesn't disappear. A person doesn't disappear. They don't just whoosh off into thin air. It's not physically. It's not chemistry. Any type of sort of building component in any factor and form possible for that to happen. It's not. And so, therefore, the words that they tell us, how are we supposed to believe them? How do you believe them when they tell us how very immature Sebastian is? How very sloppy of an eater he was. How embarrassing he was to take out to eat. When we saw with our very own eyes something 150 degrees completely different. But the worst part of all of this, I started to say, y'all, I started to say the baddest part of all. Sebastian was last seen with his mother. Her words are all that law enforcement has to go by, because mothers should be the person that protects their children. Mothers should be the people that look out for their children more than any person on the face of this earth. Mothers are the ones that give birth to their children, raise them, nurture them. You should be able to trust the mother and the story that she tells. But look at Jennifer Soto's mother over there. She's the one that sent her young daughter to sleep with her boyfriend in his room in a whole different part of the house because she either had a headache or needed to get some sleep. But most of the time, her daughter slept in the bed with her and her boyfriend. And she's going to play the innocent card. I didn't know. I didn't know. Oh my gosh, how did I not know? She knew. Now she's trying to make herself look good. Look at Susan Smith. 2 babies. 2 babies. Still in car seats. Innocent. They could care less who their mothers are with or not with. They're happy little kids. And it was their mother that left them strapped in those car seats. Let them ride in the back seat of that car, strapped in those car seats all the way under that water, and walked away and cried on the camera because somebody took her babies. We live in a sick world where we can't even depend on that motherly instinct from the mother that was last with her child. All these idiots wanting to infiltrate into our chat here and all the comments and stuff, but let me put it everybody this way, okay? Let me make things crystal clear. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers was 15 years old on February the 26th when he walked out his front door, stepped off the porch, and went poof off into the night, just like a ninja that he wanted to be. Oh, wait, no, those were his stepfather's words. Let's get this correct. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers was last seen on February 25th, 2024, in the car with his mother leaving Texas Roadhouse. Her vehicle is seen pulling into her driveway, and the garage door shuts. There has been nothing to 100% verify Sebastian ever made it home. And then the next morning at 6 o'clock, he's missing. But the last visual, anything on camera, any eyesighted of Sebastian was last with his mother. So, yeah, I got questions for the mother. I have questions for that mother. That mother told us within 3 minutes of her very first time speaking out to everyone that she fell asleep on the couch around 10 p.m. that night. Her husband goes on top of her, the man who wasn't even supposed to be anywhere around, but clears up that timeline by saying they were on the phone and mom starts to nod off around midnight. Not one time has that storyline ever been set in concrete. This is what it was. 3 minutes into the very first time Katie or Chris spoke, Chris destroyed Katie's timeline. And that's a fact. That, my friends, is a fact. We've heard it. We've got it on recordings. We have their words 3 minutes in and destroyed her timeline. The very first time. They didn't go to local news stations. They didn't go to the newspapers. No, they went to YouTube because they thought they could control this over here. That's what they thought. When you want to talk about me talking about, putting all this on mothers and stuff, how about Sebastian's mother is the one that pled the fifth on reasons of incriminating herself. Hadn't even been a year that her child had been gone. She didn't like the way the interview was going, so she called her hubby so he could come rescue her because she's, just this weak little dove. Yeah. It's been proven there were cameras inside their house. Oh, but wait, all their cameras were gone that morning when Sebastian went missing, conveniently. Maybe that's what was being hidden in the cemetery. Maybe that's how they got all the things out of there. Maybe that's how they transported all the bodies that were in the backyard out and back to where they needed to be before daylight. Was those cars coming through that cemetery area. And then a few stopped off, probably around the school or something, maybe. Oh, I don't know. Maybe his mommy went home and came back to and then sat at Worsham's for a while, or does she even make it back home? Seth never told us they had cameras. You're right. Others did. Others did. Mr. Chris even said, no, we didn't put locks on the doors because there was cameras and I could see every time he got into the cabinet. It's funny how people forget, but those things are out there. They're out there for good, especially when you know how to screen record. Well, they just knew there was no cameras there, right? Not at Worsham's. Didn't expect 3 eyewitnesses to see them sitting there passing something off in the cars. Okay, you go ask him since you know him so well. Go on. Have fun with yourself. Jack off while you're doing that. Sebastian is still missing. He's now 17 years old. When he went missing, he was 15 years old. He's lost 2 years of his life. Or has he? Is he still living life? Is it possible? Miss Kathy, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Welcome to the new members. We are so excited to have y'all. And Miss Kathy, thank you so much.
Welcome. Welcome to the sound. We break that good stuff out. We got enough to go around. So can I get a hey and get down? Welcome to the sound.
Welcome to those new members. Y'all get to join us for our true crime trivia this week. Welcome aboard, and thank you so much, Miss Kathy. That was so sweet of you. So yeah, the question we're down to is, has Sebastian lost those 2 years? Is he living his life happy and free and enjoying life? That girl that I was telling y'all the other day with the missing body that was found down in the Sequatchie Mountain Road area, down in not far from Jasper, Tennessee. She said she saw someone that looked what she thought was Sebastian. She even was so concerned that she tried to catch up to the truck, but the truck took off. It sped up and took off, which she said seemed kind of odd to her because that was such a speed trap through there, all those back roads, riding that area. But that person didn't seem too worried. They were just speeding off, wouldn't let her get close. And her words that just resonated to me in that whole conversation I had with her was when she said these words. If that was Sebastian in that truck, then he looked happy. He was smiling and waved. She said he looked healthy. And she said, I have prayed ever since. And I pray that if that was Sebastian, he is happy, he is healthy, wherever it is that he has been taken to. Because I do not believe this young man went anywhere on his own free will and has stayed away from any contact with his father for 2 years. So if that is the fact, if that was indeed Sebastian that she happened to see that day, she emailed in the license plate, she emailed in the silver truck, she sent in the pinpoints of her location and the truck's location because she said it looks so much like him. But she said, I keep holding on to the fact that if it was him, he looked happy and he looked healthy. That's all we can hold on to hope for. Because when Mr. Chris talked to the Hatfields and McCoys, his words were, we're down to two options here. You see, he's either lying in the dead in the woods somewhere, or he'll come back when he's 18, but he's going to need mental help. That bothered me. That part bothered me. How would it think of let's think of it this way. Let me back up. What would Sebastian have had to go through for 3 years solid that is going to need mental help when he comes back on his own out of the blue when he's 18? What kind of torture, what kind of horrible life is Sebastian possibly living? Hey, Cooper. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. But that's the question. Do they know where Sebastian is? I honestly feel the probability is pretty high. Can I prove that? No, I wasn't there. A research facility. Oh, Jilly B. I didn't ever think of that. Very possible. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, his words, Daisy. The charges will only be misdemeanors then. But I think a whole lot more has come out enough that there's going to be some charges. We'll just leave it there for a while. We'll just leave it there for a while. You see, there's a young man that's missing, and his whole entire case has become a joke and a parody. His mother stays quiet because, when she does talk, she makes herself look absolutely sad. I'm not going to be ugly and disrespectful. I'm just going to say the word. Sad. The whole, uh, we're going to do, I want to do something good. So we're going to do a scholarship in his honor when he's found. That was a dig at me personally, I believe, because of whose panel she was sitting on, of course. Um, but no worries. That's already been taken care of. We'll be talking about that the first week of January. So y'all be ready for that one with emails and approvals to back it up. Boom. No, she don't. She doesn't. What if he's seeing all of this? Oh, Brenda Sue, I hope Sebastian doesn't get to watch all this. It's been, even myself, I've not been proud of all the things I've said and done. I want to be better. I want to do better. But I'm also not going to be a pushover where I can just sit here and go right along with the mama because that's her child. I can't do that because her story makes no sense. It got destroyed by her own husband. Her timeline was shot all kinds to hell by her own husband within the first 3 minutes she spoke. So, no, I can't go with it. If you're going to sit there and allow your husband, who supposedly wasn't even there, just on a phone call, he's not seeing things, he's just on the phone. Remember, wasn't a video call, it was just a phone call, just a call. But her husband corrected his wife's timeline. I'm sorry. It's hard to get behind that. And all I care about is where's Sebastian. You know what I'm saying? That's all I care about. I just want to know where Sebastian is. I just want to know, is he okay? Is he happy? Is he good? Is he healthy? Like that girl said, if that's Sebastian, the thing she held on to the most is he looked happy and he looked healthy. Let's find him. Let's go and do some good in this world and leave a mark that is nothing but good. Let's help this child, this young man. He might be 17 years old, but he's not quite an adult. He's still that kid. Not old enough to go out and buy him a pack of beer or cigarettes or anything like that. Not even old enough yet to go into the military. He's still a kid. So we got to be able to stay far back away from this, look down and hover over the whole entire case, everything we've heard. You have to be able to think outside the box, because once you get centered and focused in on one particular thing, you're not doing no good. And I say that meaning a lot of people get honed in and they get so boxed in on one particular theory that their theory's got to be the right theory. We don't know what that factual theory is. You know what I'm saying? None of us know. And if we can't look outside the box at different possibilities, we're not doing nobody no good. We need to go into crocheting classes or something because we might could help each other learn to crochet. But if you can't get outside that little box and try to think, and I don't mind people coming into my chat that have different opinions, that's great. But when you get a little pissy with your little comments, that kind of just enough's enough, okay? Because you're not doing anything but antagonizing. I will look outside the box. I can look outside the box. I can look at Seth like he's a suspect. I can look into him. And why? Because law enforcement has not cleared him. So what do they know that I don't know? I don't know. I can look at Katie and Chris as suspects. Why? Because law enforcement hasn't cleared them. What do they know that I don't know? Probably a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm, uh, and yeah, well, that's sweet of you, Lolo. She said, I wished his mother pleaded like this for him. Lolly pleads and says out loud she wants Sebastian to be found. His own mom can't or won't speak out loud like that. No. And I'm sorry, but when the mother's out going out of town and things, and all she does is just leave some stuff on the front porch. Bless her. Oh, bless her little heart. Somebody needs to bless her. His own mother and his own stepfather have made a mockery out of his case, his name. They put an image out there of a young boy who can't control himself and has no personal boundaries. We actually saw a young man who had amazing table manners. He smiled at the waitress when she would talk. He listened to her. He walked to the bathroom, had his hands in his pocket. He was just happy go lucky, just going about his business. Didn't seem like he was looking for shiny things. Right, TJ? Like paper clips and pennies. He likes those shiny things. No. He was just a young man walking to the bathroom, walking back to the booth to sit with his mother. Of course, she was too busy looking across the restaurant and didn't even pay attention that her own child was back. Oh, yeah. When you watch a news article on a Fox station, a national news station, and you see these pictures of Sebastian when he was very young. Oh, and you see an extra picture where Sebastian's not even in the picture. But don't forget it was his mother and his mother that gave those pictures. His mother and stepdad were told, give 5 pictures. They gave 4 pictures in one video, and one of the pictures didn't even have Sebastian in it. I mean, folks, they do this to themselves. They make us look harder at them because of things like that. We saw her take a picture of her own child that night hours before he goes missing and she puts out a picture, it might have been her favorite picture, but it's not going to help people to know what Sebastian looked like that day that he went missing. That's why law enforcement always, always, always says the most recent picture you have. Well, Katie had one pretty damn recent on her phone. We saw it. We saw her take it. Nobody has seen that picture since. Oh, but Mr. Chris had a reason. His mama doesn't want people to have that. That's personally for her. Uh so why don't you show it, because she sent it to you according to her, right? It's not like she's going to lose the picture. It's going to help people see what this kid looks like, who they're supposed to be looking for, because that young kid pictures that were being put out wasn't going to do any good for Sebastian. But this isn't about Sebastian. That's where the problem lies. If this was all about Sebastian, that comment, he became a ninja, would never have been used. That was a dig at every one of us, because he knows something we don't. We know it's not possible to become a ninja and just poof disappear. They don't want people to look for him because they know exactly where he is. And that's 100%, guys, just my opinion. Nothing more, nothing less, just my opinion. And I'm sorry, but when you hear these little things that we're going back and re-listening to see, where are we missing something out here? You hear these little tidbits of things. Yeah, that's just to rub it in your face. Nothing more, nothing less, just you ain't finding him because he disappeared. They did their job well, whoever it was that took Sebastian off, because there is no evidence he ever left his house. So he had to get out somehow, to not be there the next morning when law enforcement showed up. Oh, wait, Katie's car did leave, didn't it? Or did he even make it home? Ooh, at the questions we have that just float over everything surrounding this young man's case. It's very sad. Where is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers? That will always remain my number one question. We can only guess at what happened. We can only speculate and throw out possibilities and all those things. But where is he? Where is he? Let's put an end to this case. Let's bring that child home. Let's find another missing child that needs our help and actually go and try to do some good. Because this has turned into a game. But when you give your heart and soul to a child's case, can't just walk away from it. It's not finished. It's not finished. I'm to the point to where I don't even know if anybody will ever be charged for anything. And as much as I believe there should be charges, that's beside the point. The number one thing is Sebastian needs to be found. End of story. End of story. He needs to be found. And there are people I honestly believe that out there in this world and listening on these YouTube streets that know exactly where he is, that know exactly how he got there. People, they know. All they have to do is make an anonymous call and he can be found. That's it. Um, Lisa, thank you so much, darling. I just noticed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Guys, remember, we don't have facts. We have the statements that his parents and family and friends have made. That's what we got. That's it. All we can do is build something off of their words. Because is Sebastian alive or is he no longer alive? We don't know. We can't even guess at that because we have nothing. We can't confirm any of that. Just like Brenda Sue asking a question earlier, all I can do is tell you what I heard, kind of thing. I can in no way validate, put it out as facts. This creator, that person, this husband and cousin and brothers, and no. I can tell you what I've heard. And the same thing with Sebastian's case. This is what I think. This is how I feel. But we got their words that they've already spoken out because they were so confident. They had this all under control. But their words seem to be crumbling down around them. And guys, just know this. We're not going to stop. Hey, Cecilia, you're good. Right? To the people out there who know, if it was your child, would you want the same thing? Yeah, 100%. Well, guys, listen, I have to go do some stuff tomorrow and help my grandkids. They have a fitness training kind of class thing they do. And it helps them with their ball playing and everything. And I'm not sure. Be on the lookout tomorrow for what time we're going to go live. I'll put it out for a time, but we'll definitely go live tomorrow. Just not quite sure on time. Trying to decide, it'll probably be either Tuesday night or Friday, or Tuesday afternoon or Friday afternoon, that we're going to do our members live. So be looking for that as well. Send in pictures, Christmas thing related, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you want to share with us, whatever you want to share with us, Christmas related. send it in so I can have time before the 22nd to make a video for our little family Christmas party. We're just going to hang out and have some fun and do some stuff. But yeah, we got some fun things coming up. We're going to, you know, just keep going, guys. Sebastian deserves it. He deserves it. Hey, Justin. Sorry, buddy. I got to fixing to have to get off of here. My dog is sitting by the door. She has got to go out. She starts to whine. She's held it long enough. So I got to get off of here. But I do appreciate you all so, so much for being here. I love you guys. Don't give up on Sebastian. We're going to keep fighting for him. And to everybody who's sick, y'all are all in my prayers. Hang in there. This time of the year, it just seems like it's hanging on. All this crud is just hanging on to people. And that's what my doctor told me. Whatever's in the air, ooh, it is holding on for dear life to everybody. So y'all be good. Take care of yourselves. For those who are not into the holiday spirit, it's okay. We got you. We still love you. And we're going to be praying you through this holiday time because sometimes it's just hard and it's okay. All righty, guys. And for anybody that missed it, if y'all didn't see our What the Fuss live, we did all the things Texas last night over there. So y'all go check that out for sure. Anyways, she is like doing a happy dance. I mean, she got to go. She got to go. She got to go. I better get her outside. I love you guys. Thank y'all so much for hanging in there with me today. I'll be back again tomorrow. Y'all be good. Be safe out there. Yes. Everybody bring in your plants. Yes. All your pets. Be warm. Stay safe. I love y'all so big. See y'all tomorrow.